Welcome back to the Rise and Grind Workshop. If you're new here, my name is Ryan, and yes, once again, we're going to be doing another Ultimate unboxing. We've actually been so impressed with this little ZZ2C, and it's been an absolute workhorse. When we originally picked up this unit, this has a 13.5 by 23.5 work table, and we were printing a lot of leatherette at that time period. Now, in my personal opinion, if you're just starting out with UV printing and you're limited on space, the ZZ2C is honestly the most well-rounded and versatile machine you can pick up. We love ours so much that we've actually decided to upgrade, and we would like a larger table for some different projects that we're now making here at the Rise and Grind Workshop. So with that being said, let's jump back over to the big crate. Now, if you're new here and you've not watched our ultimate unboxing and setup of the ZZ2C, we are an affiliate for Jay's Printer Parts, and I cannot thank both Matt and Jay for everything they've done for the Rise and Grind Workshop and the UV printing community. I find that not only myself, but many others, when they start their journey of researching UV printers, they're initially thrown back by the $50,000 price tag by most commercial printers out there. Well, this is where Jay's Printer Parts comes in and fills that gap. As you guys know, we can pick up that little ZZ2C for $5,000 or less shipped to your door. Clearly here at the Rise and Grind Workshop, we've got all kinds of machines from CO2 laser engravers, CNC routers, 3D printers, and now UV printers. One of the main reasons I was drawn to and attracted to Jay's Printer Parts, I don't care how much experience you have in another industry, nothing is more intimidating than spending your hard-earned money and breaking into a new industry and being afraid you're going to have something that has no tech support. So not only does Jay's Printer Parts offer some very affordable UV printers, quite frankly, they're the leader in the industry when it comes to tech support at a budget or friendly price point UV printer. So if you've been on the fence about UV printing but just didn't quite have the budget for a large commercial printer in that $50,000 range, I would highly recommend you take a quick look at the link down below in the description only after you finish watching this video and do a little bit more research. You guys are going to find out that Jay's Printer Parts is well known and respected in the UV printing company. They've got a private Facebook group. I'll have a link to that down below. It's a group where you're going to get an incredible amount of help. I'm involved in that group, and there's a lot of other creators and makers that are extremely helpful. So now with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and start our ultimate unboxing. For this video, I'm just going to basically show you guys what to expect once you've placed your order. We went ahead and picked up a 6090 Pro, as I talked about a little bit earlier. The advantage of this unit right here is this is going to be a 3 print head UV printer, and the most important part for us, we wanted that 24 by 36 print area. So anytime you add size to something, take a look at this crate. Yes, this is going to be a much larger crate than the ZZ2C, but this is why we do these unboxing for you guys. We're going to go ahead and get you some overall measurements of this unit right now. From the front to the back of this crate, your overall dimension is going to be 55.5 inches. The width of the crate is going to be 59.5 inches. And your overall height from the floor to the top is going to be 39 inches. So we do these unboxings because we actually get quite a few questions about not only the weight, but the overall size of this crate. Now, speaking about weight, this crate had an approximate shipping weight of 597 pounds. And once you get the 6090 Pro uncrated, it's going to weigh about 490 pounds. So clearly something this size and weight is just not going to be delivered by UPS and show up at your front doorstep. Once you've ordered this unit, Jay's will get in contact with you and provide you tracking information. This thing is going to then be dispatched to a third-party freight company, and I give this fair warning in all my videos. Freight companies suck. It has no reflection on Jay's Printer Parts. They have to sub that work out. Here is what I would highly recommend. Once you get that tracking number, follow up with the shipping company and call them and make an appointment that works with your time and your schedule. Not only is a third-party freight company going to be responsible for delivering this thing, the drivers of these trucks are also only required to do curbside delivery. So what I would highly recommend is if you have a workshop this is going into or a garage or somewhere you want this placed down, make sure you clear that area out and they have easy access. Keep a couple cool drinks and some snacks on hand. These truck drivers work really hard. The more you can cater to them and butter them up, the more they're going to do a couple little extra favors for you. So with all of that information out of the way, let's dive right into this thing and start uncrating it. The top side of this crate has a couple hinges that are screwed in with a couple Phillips screw heads. Go ahead and remove all of those to remove the top cover.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine living life with the new sand in my mind. All I hear is
And here is a pro tip for you. Anytime you receive a freight delivery, you're going to be asked to sign for that freight delivery. As you can see, this crate looks fantastic. There's no outside damage. You're going to want to do a very good visual inspection. Listen, a lot of times people, these forklifts, they're going to slam them right into the side of that crate. Here's the deal. If you sign off and accept that crate, here's where the process is going to start of you having to contact the freight company and filing a claim if you find there's damage to the machine inside. It is going to be a very good opportunity for you while the driver's there to inspect it. And if you decide to decline that freight package, I would highly recommend you do it right then and there versus accepting it, then starting a claim later on in the process. I know it's a total bummer. You're super excited. You waited a long time for this machine to arrive. But at the end of the day, if the shipping company damaged it during the process, you're not going to let them off the hook. It's going to be a little bit better to wait and get a new unit shipped back out to you. With this being a much larger crate, it's really refreshing to see that they spent the extra time and ran a nice set of stringers inside of this crate to keep the strength and integrity there. These are held in with some Phillips head screws as well, so let's go ahead and make our way around this box and get those all removed.
Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. Ha, I agree, but you did and I hate her. You wanna get away, you better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time.
We're making great progress. Next up, you're going to have these metal brackets at all four corners. It is screwed in on the front sides and the sides, so make sure you get all four of those removed. Let's go ahead and move around this entire crate and get those removed.
Got no filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
So now we have the lid removed, all four braces off of the corners removed. We got the stringers removed, and you guys are now getting a quick first glimpse of what that 6090 Pro looks like here inside of this large crate. Here's where the fun stops when it comes to the Phillips screws. And we're gonna go ahead and break out our precision tool for this next process. That's right, that's our big rubber mallet hammer. The rest of this crate is secured together with nails, so just use some caution and get that thing disassembled however you would like.
No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no
Well, I don't know about you guys. I've already unboxed one of these and been using it. I'm still just as excited to get the plastic wrap off of this and show you this entire machine. Now, depending on what accessories you ordered, there might be some additional boxes. For us, we just got the 6090 Pro. We didn't get any additional accessories. We are getting very close to being able to lift off the 6090 and get it over on the work table. This is something very easy to overlook. Over on the smaller ZZ2C, you have some rubber feet. On the bottom of this one, you actually have some leveling legs or feet. You're going to want to make sure you remove all four bolts. They actually have those leveling feet anchored to the bottom of the pallet so that this thing didn't shift at all during the moving. All right, now that we have the bolts out, we're going to be ready to lift the 6090 off and put it over here on our portable table. I went ahead and built this off camera, and you're going to notice that this table is much shorter in height. So here's a pro tip for you. This table that we have our ZZ2C set on is 37 inches. Now this is just a table that I had in the workshop, so I went ahead and threw that ZZ2C on it. Now I'm 6'3", so the height is not a problem for me. Unfortunately, my wife is 5'2". She likes to use our UV printer, and she's gonna be using this big one as well. So on this little portable cart that I made right here, we made the height of this one 29.5 inches. That way, when we put the 6090 Pro on there, it's gonna have a really nice height for that work table. Now the exciting part, we're gonna go ahead and remove the plastic wrap and give this a very good visual inspection. Now when removing this plastic wrap, be very careful on the ink jugs here. The white container is gonna have this little electric motor, and it is gonna have some electrical wires on it. Just make sure you don't get that plastic wrap wrapped up on there and rip those wires out.
Hey man, can I get a favor?
All right, so here's my plan of attack. We've got our table relocated over to this area. I've muscled this 6090 over to this area, and I've got my hired muscle, AKA the wife. She's gonna help me manhandle this thing, and hopefully we'll get up on the table in one piece.
Yeah, sure, I know, see you later. Sometimes
Always a little nerve-wracking moving a big heavy machine onto your work table, especially when you got your wife who's 5'2" and I'm 6'3". Makes it a little awkward, but as you can see, we got it up there on that workbench. Now that we have it sitting on that work table, I'm gonna go ahead and go around this machine and give you some more dimensions. We see a lot of questions on people eagerly waiting for the 6090 Pro to arrive, so hopefully some of these measurements and features will help you plan for delivery. Now when it comes to the overall size of the unit, those specs are on the website, but what they don't cover is the spacing of the leveling feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure those right now and give you some accurate numbers. That way, while you guys are waiting for your machine to arrive, you can figure out what work surface or table you're gonna set your machine on. So starting with the leveling legs from front to back, you're gonna be at 22 inches center to center. But if you're gonna take into account these round leveling feet, you're gonna be looking at 25 inches from the outer portion to the back furthest most portion, 25 inches. And here's a fun fact for you. Even though I had the 6090 sitting on the crate, unpackaged, I could have easily measured those feet. I got a little ahead of myself and went ahead and built out this mobile stand, and I almost ran into an issue myself. I am running out of real estate on the width here. So in the future, you're gonna see me lift this piece up, and I'm gonna put a 3/4 inch piece of melamine on that work surface just to give me a little wider footprint. But let's go ahead and get you that measurement so you don't run into that same issue I had. Center to center, you're gonna be at 46. Let's get the complete outside to outside. And just to be on the safe side, I would go with 49.5 or 50 inches outside to outside. Now let's go ahead and grab a measurement from sheet metal to sheet metal. You're gonna be looking at 51 inches outside to outside. Now let's get you a couple different measurements on the depth. We're gonna start with the sheet metal to sheet metal. That's gonna be 26 3/4. However, you're gonna notice we have the large table projecting outward, and that table is gonna also need clearance on the backside. So let's get you a couple different measurements there as well. So when giving you guys these measurements, these are all things to consider on where you're gonna place your unit. We like having ours out freestanding. That gives me full 360 access so I can work or repair anything I need to on the machine. And just for reference, this silver portion of the table, that's the vacuum table. This is 2 feet by 3 feet. This table will move along the linear rails forward and backwards. So this big black portion that has the linear rails mounted to it, this is its final destination, so we're gonna give you a measurement right now. So this black portion you see right here in the front sticks out 17 inches from the front of the sheet metal. So if we take into consideration we have 26 3/4, we're also gonna tack on an additional 17 inches to the front of this unit. Now let's move around to the back side and get you the final dimension back there. So again, from this angle, you're gonna have to take into consideration that this silver portion, the vacuum table, is gonna be sliding back and forth on these linear rails. So let's get that final measurement on the back side of the unit, and that's gonna be an additional 11.5 inches. So right now we have 17 in the front, we had 26 3/4, and then we could tack on an additional 11.5 inches. And since we're on a measuring kick, let's go ahead and pull out the tape. From the bottom of the unit to the very tip top of the jugs is 29 inches, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it's 31 inches to the top of the motor that mixes the white inks. While we're on the back side of the machine, take note of where the power cord plug is. It is gonna be on the right-hand side of the machine on the back side if you're standing looking at the machine itself. So if you've been seriously considering a UV printer, I would highly recommend you guys take a look at the Jay's Printer Parts website. I'll have a link to that down below. And as always, we're gonna help you guys save a little bit of money. Jay's was gracious enough to give us a discount code. And if you guys gained any value out of my videos, go ahead and use Rise and Grind at checkout, and that'll save you some money. So now that we have this unit completely unboxed, the next step is gonna be getting it all set up, and we're gonna do an entire separate video. I do an entire walkthrough from A to Z. We already have that for the ZZ2C. The 6090 has a couple differences, so I'm gonna cover all of that. But right now, let's go ahead and give you a quick overview on some of the new features on the 6090 Pro and why we upgraded to the 6090 Pro as well. Size. Everybody says size doesn't matter, but I'm going to tell you, when it comes to UV printing, size does matter. We wanted a 2 foot by 3 foot bed. That is the main reason we went ahead and scooped up the 6090 Pro. The ZZ2C has a 13.5 by 23.5 work area, but we needed that larger print area, so that's reason number one. Reason number two is going to be speed. Having 3 print heads on this is going to allow this to print a little bit faster than the ZZ2C. And when I say 3 print heads, those are going to be XP600 print heads. You're going to have 1 print head dedicated to CMYK. You're going to have another print head dedicated to your white. And then that 3rd print head is going to be for your gloss and varnish. And you'll notice this looks slightly different than the ZZ2C, with this being a much larger and robust unit. They've added on a nice heavy duty, heavy strength X-axis rail. And looking on the back side of this unit, these are the ink jugs, and you're gonna notice these look a little different than our ZZ2C. That's because this is a new and improved negative pressure system. You're gonna always have constant delivery of ink to the print heads. Another nice feature I just noticed on the ZZ2C, you need a key to access these side panels. On this 6090 Pro, you can tell they have some spring-loaded hinges just to compress these, and now you've got access to all your components. Really nice feature. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are nearing the end of the video, and I know this is not the most exciting video, but if you're in the market for a machine like this, or you've already ordered one, trust me, I know you're nervous about it, and it's keeping you up at night wondering how you're gonna get unloaded, set up on that work table, shoot, where can I get measurements here or there? So I genuinely hope this gained you guys a lot of value and an insight, and it's gonna help you be prepared for when your 6090 Pro comes in. And again, you guys know we work with a wide variety of companies here at the Rise and Grind Workshop, and I truly can't thank Matt and Jay enough. They've been a pleasure to work with, and they do provide a lot of value for the UV printing community, especially those of us that can't afford a $50,000 UV printer. This is a phenomenal piece of value. And again, I highly recommend you guys check out the Jay's printer parts. I'm gonna go ahead and start filming our setup video in the next couple days. So right now, if you guys have any additional questions or comments or things you maybe wanna see in that setup video, drop a comment below. And once again, thank you to all my loyal followers. I wouldn't be able to do what we do here at the Rise and Grind Workshop if it wasn't for you guys and your support. Thank you so much, and we're gonna catch you on the next video.
Just wanna be a hater, gotta watch